Hello guys, and welcome to part 2 of the 9th grade math course. In today's video, we're going to be learning about integer operations. And today we're going to be going over addition and subtraction. And in the next video, we're going to be going over multiplication and division. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to watch part 1. Enough with the intro, let's get started. Integers are basically any positive or negative whole numbers and 0. They are not fractions or decimals. Okay, so first up is adding integers. When you're adding integers, here are a few rules to remember. If you have two numbers with the same sign, you add their absolute values and keep the sign. For example, -4 plus -3. This would turn into -4 minus 3, and that would be -7. And if you're adding two numbers with different signs, you subtract their absolute values and take the sign of the number with the largest absolute value. For example, -4 plus +3. This would turn to -4 plus 3, which means you're subtracting 3 from 4 and keeping the sign of the larger absolute value, which is -4. And -4 plus 3 is going to give us -1. Now let's move on to subtraction. Subtracting can be hard, but here's the trick. Subtracting a positive integer means you're moving left on the number line. For example, -4 minus +3. So -4 is on the number line here. So this is -4, and you're subtracting a +3 from it. And because we're subtracting +3, we're going to be moving left 3 times, which is going to give us, so that's 1, 2, and 3. So the answer to -4 minus 3 equals -7. And if you're subtracting a negative integer, it's the same as adding its positive counterpart, because subtracting a negative means moving right on the number line. Subtracting a negative is the same as adding the positive of that number. So -4 minus -3 becomes -4 plus 3. And now when you're adding, you move to the right. So here is -4 right here, and you're moving 3 times to the right. So 1, 2, 3. So this becomes -1. So -4 minus -3 equals -1. Okay, so this is the recap of the whole lesson. So for positive integers, when you're adding a negative and a negative integer, you move to the left and add their absolute values. Or if you're adding a positive and a negative, you move towards the number with the largest absolute value. If they cancel out, the result will be 0. And when you are subtracting positive numbers, you move left on the number line. Or when you're subtracting negative numbers, it's like adding the positive equivalent, so you move to the right. Now it's your guys' turn. Pause the video, and once you're finished, then unpause the video and check if you're correct. So this is the first problem, which is -6 plus 8. We're adding a negative and a positive. So we're going to be starting at -6. So -6, and we're going to be moving right 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the answer to this problem will be 2. Let's go to the next practice problem. So this is the next practice problem for you guys to try. So negative 7 minus negative 4. Subtracting a negative number is the same as adding the positive equivalent. So this turns into negative 7 plus 4. Let's figure out the answer. Negative 7 is here, and we're going to be moving to the right 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer to negative 7 minus negative 4 is equal to negative 3. Okay guys, that was it for this video. Don't forget to practice, and I'll see you in the next video.